Microsoft releases Windows 10 Build 19042.423 KB4568831 to beta channel insiders. Microsoft today announced the release of Windows 10 Build 19042.423 KB4568831 to insiders in the beta channel previously slow ring. This release is a re-release of Windows 10 20H2 Build 19042.421 along with the Windows 10 May 2020 20H1 servicing as of today. Windows 10 Build 19042.421 comes with new Start menu, Alt plus Tab support for websites, improved taskbar and more. Updates an issue with pasting mixed content of images and text from Microsoft Word into Internet Explorer. Updates an issue that might cause the magnifier to stop working in Microsoft Excel in certain scenarios. As a result, Microsoft Excel might also stop working. Updates an issue that might display 4K high dynamic range HDR content darker than expected when you configure certain non-HDR systems for HDR streaming. Updates an issue that causes the settings page to close unexpectedly, which prevents default applications from being set up properly. Updates an issue that might prevent internet connectivity on some cellular modems after upgrading to Windows 10 version 2004. Updates an issue that prevents family safety features, such as time limits and activity reporting, from working on ARM64 devices. Addresses an issue that prevents you from using sharing functionality in Microsoft Office. This occurs when conditional access is enabled. Addresses an issue that occurs when a third-party application loads hidden tabs into Internet options. Addresses an issue in Microsoft Edge IE mode that occurs when you open multiple documents from a SharePoint site. Addresses an issue with pasting mixed content of images and text from Microsoft Word into Internet Explorer. Addresses an issue in the Windows Push Notification (WNS) service that prevents you from selecting a virtual private network (VPN) interface to make outbound connections. As a result, you lose connectivity with the WNS service when forced tunneling is used. Addresses an issue that might cause the magnifier to stop working in Microsoft Excel in certain scenarios. As a result, Microsoft Excel might also stop working. Addresses an issue that prevents you from installing some .msi apps. This occurs when a device is managed by a group policy that redirects the app data folder to a network folder. Addresses an issue that might display 4K high dynamic range HDR content darker than expected when you configure certain non-HDR systems for HDR streaming. Addresses an issue that causes new child windows to flicker and appear as white squares on server devices that are configured for stark visual contrast. Addresses an issue that causes the settings page to close unexpectedly, which prevents default applications from being set up properly. Addresses an issue that causes all Open Universal Windows Platform (UWP) apps to close unexpectedly. This occurs when their installer calls the Restart Manager to restart File Explorer, Explorer.x. Addresses an issue that prevents Windows 8.1 apps from projecting to a secondary display when those apps use the Start Projecting Async API. Addresses an issue that prevents family safety features, such as time limits and activity reporting, from working on ARM64 devices. Addresses an issue with File Explorer's preview of .msg files when Microsoft Outlook 64-bit is installed. Addresses an issue that causes a kernel security check failure, 139, stop error when Windows resumes from sleep and turns on certain Bluetooth headsets. Addresses an issue that might prevent certain display driver reset utilities from properly reinstalling the same driver on the system. Addresses an issue that causes memory leaks when an application calls the cryptcated mincache from file handle function. The leaked memory is reclaimed when the application closes. Improves support for non-ASCII file paths for Microsoft Defender Advanced Threat Protection (ATP) Auto Incident Response (IR). Addresses an issue that prevents some machines from automatically going into sleep mode under certain circumstances because of Microsoft Defender ATP Auto IR. Addresses an issue that prevents some machines from running Microsoft Defender ATP Threat and Vulnerability Management successfully. Addresses an issue that prevents Microsoft Defender ATP from applying file exclusions in some cases, which leads to application compatibility issues. Addresses an issue in Microsoft Defender ATP that prevents some machines from reporting the installed applications to threat and vulnerability management. Addresses an issue in Windows 10 that might cause a printer to be a hidden device in Device Manager after a restart. Addresses an issue that might cause the Print Management Console to display script errors when you enable the Extended View option. Addresses an issue that might prevent a Windows 10 device from reaching the Internet when using a wireless wide area network, WWAN LTE modem. However, the Network Connectivity Status Indicator (NCSI) in the notification area might still indicate that you are connected to the Internet. Addresses an issue that might prevent Internet connectivity on some cellular modems after upgrading to Windows 10. Version 2004. Addresses an issue within memory parity bitmaps that can cause data integrity issues on parity storage spaces. Addresses an issue that prevents the creation of a storage pool using managed storage spaces in Control Panel. Addresses an issue that might cause the Microsoft Remote Assistance Process (MSRA.X) to stop working when a user is receiving assistance during a computer session. The error is 0xC00005 or 0xC0000409. Some links in the article may not be viewable as you are using an ad blocker. Please add us to your whitelist to enable the website to function properly. Text source: mspowerinter.com.